that is a big problem. And actually, Elon has just launched his Wikipedia. I'm not that, optimistic that he's going to create anything very useful right now.
Before Google became a big name, and even before social media ruled the web, there were two people who had a very wild idea. What if the world could write its own encyclopedia? No editors, no publishing companies, just people everywhere sharing what they know. And that's exactly how Wikipedia began. A chaotic conversational yet revolutionary project that redefined how humans shared knowledge over the last few years. But more than 20 years later, it faces challenges no one saw it was coming. From AI stealing its traffic to governments trying to control its content. Our story begins in 2000. The dot-com bubble was booming and the internet was full of wild ideas. Every great revolution begins with a few restless minds. For Wikipedia, those minds were Jimmy Wales and Larry Sanger, two men from very different worlds who shared one radical idea that knowledge should belong to everyone. Jimmy Wales on one side was an internet entrepreneur and Larry Sanger on the other was a philosophy PhD. And they both collectively launched Nupedia, an ambitious project to create a free encyclopedia but written by experts. That was their very first project on which they worked on, but there was a very big problem with it. It was painfully slow. Every article needed peer review, editing approval, and academic oversight. And even after an entire year, Nupedia was only able to have 12 published articles. And for them, the dream of free knowledge for everyone was looking very dull. And then in January 2001, Sanger and Wales tried something very radical. What if anyone could edit? And with that mission, they launched Wikipedia. And the things were totally different then. A side project of Nupedia, and they just wanted to test the concept. To this, no one expected that it would work. Critics even said it would turn into chaos filled with nonsense and vandalism. And when Wikipedia went live in January 2001, it wasn't much to look at. Very few pages, a very clunky interface, and an almost absurd idea. Anyone could change anything. At first, it felt like an experiment might collapse just in a day or so. What happened was completely different. Within days, volunteers from all around the world started contributing. They started writing, fixing, debating. And the pace that they got was incredible. Thousands of articles appeared almost overnight. By the end of their first year, Wikipedia was able to get over 20,000 articles, and that too in 18 languages. Something no traditional encyclopedia had ever achieved. What is the secret for that? I think it's just the trust the crowd. Instead of waiting for approvals, volunteers corrected one another in real time. And with that, Wikipedia's success came with chaos. The first thing when you get success on online platform, it sometimes comes with servers crashed constantly. And that same thing happened with them. They couldn't handle the growing traffic. Vandalism was rampant. People changed historical facts to jokes or spams which no one could trust on. And with that, Larry Sanger frustrated the lack of control that he can have on this project. And in 2002, he called the Wikipedia's project out of control. Things became worse. But many in academic considered it as an unreliable and a digital free for all type of project. And they were not wrong. Early Wikipedia projects were full of mistakes, half-written pages, and very random opinions. They were not matching the facts and all. What the critics didn't see was the coming effort of thousands of volunteers teaching each other how to edit responsibly. And when one teaches the other how to become responsible, things become different. They created moderation systems, citation rules, and discussion pages. And that became the backbone of Wikipedia's integrity as of today. Despite all of this chaos, Wikipedia was growing year by year, and it had overtaken Encyclopedia Britannia in article count in 2006 itself. By 2010, it became one of the top 10 websites in the world. And from the students in Africa who are trying to learn biology to researchers even in Japan translating articles, Wikipedia became a universal classroom of the internet. Everyone was trusting Wikipedia. But here's what most people don't know about Wikipedia. They don't run on ads or on profits. It's powered by the Wikimedia Foundation, a non-profit that survives almost entirely on donations. And you might have noticed on the Wikipedia pages, there are yellow banners asking for $2 or $5. They are not there for marketing, they are there for their survival. Every time people visit the pages of Wikipedia, millions of people chip in to keep the servers running and the knowledge flowing. But in recent years, there's a new challenge for Wikipedia. It's AI, artificial intelligence. Search engines like Google and AI assistants like Grok or ChatGPT can now summarize their answers directly, and they often use Wikipedia's own content. What that means is people get their answers without ever visiting the Wikipedia site. And even according to some reports, Wikipedia's global traffic has started to decline. After more than 2 decades as the world's free encyclopedia, Wikipedia now faces perhaps its greatest test yet. A future where people are clicking less, searching less, and possibly even caring less. Here's what the data is telling us. From March 2022 to March 2025, at least one analysis shows traffic to Wikipedia dropped by about 23%, and that's somewhere about 165 million daily visits to under 128 million. Over the same period, organic search visits, which drive the majority of Wikipedia traffic, dropped by about 26%. According to a report, December 2024 alone, one statistics service reported a 13.5% year-over-year decline in page views. Even at this year's Wiki conference that happened in New York City, a man from Ohio ran into the stage with a gun and a scary sign. The staff stopped him before anyone was hurt. But the incident showed us clearly that even the peaceful volunteer groups that were focusing on learning and contributing on Wikipedia has some problems and tensions. Wikipedia's open nature is also being tested in courtrooms. What that means is they have some lawsuits against them. In UK, Wikimedia Foundation recently lost a legal challenge to the Online Safety Act, which demands stricter user identity checks. They wanted to have Wikipedia some more user identity checks. A similar case happened in India, where the Delhi High Court ordered Wikipedia to delete content that was ruled defamatory about a news agency. In the final, I would say it's not only Wikipedia which is affected by this AI, but also some digital news agencies. Online education domain is affected the same way as Wikipedia. It's a matter of time to say if AI will diminish these platforms or completely wipe out. So with this, thanks for watching this video. I hope you find this video somewhat knowledgeable, and for such more videos, please subscribe Ranjan Batra Tech Talks, and see you in the next video.